Have you ever wondered what it feels like not knowing if you'll have a roof over your head tomorrow? No doubt that thought sends a shiver down your spine. It's a reality that's all too common for many people, and it's called housing instability. Housing instability is a term that encapsulates a wide range of difficulties people face in securing and maintaining a stable place to live. It's not just about being homeless, it's about the struggle, the uncertainty, and the stress that comes with not knowing if you can afford to keep that roof over your head. Imagine having to choose between paying your rent or buying groceries for the week. Imagine the fear of eviction notices, the stress of constantly moving, and the uncertainty that comes with not having a place to call home. That's the reality of housing instability. Now, what causes housing instability? The factors are as diverse as they are complex. For some, it's high rental rates that eat up a significant portion of their income. In many cities, the cost of housing has skyrocketed in recent years, leaving people struggling to keep up. For others, it's low wages or unemployment. When the cost of living outpaces income, housing instability becomes an all-too-real concern. And let's not forget about unexpected expenses, a medical emergency, a car breakdown, a sudden job loss. These can all push people into the precarious world of housing instability. But there's more to housing instability than just these factors. It's a complex issue intertwined with other societal challenges. Issues like poverty, inequality, and lack of affordable housing all contribute to the problem. So, the next time you see a for rent sign or hear about rising property prices, remember this. Behind those numbers and statistics, there are real people struggling with housing instability. It's not just about not having a home, it's about the stress, the uncertainty, and the fear that comes with not knowing if you'll have a place to live tomorrow. Consider this. Housing instability isn't just about not having a home. It's a complex issue with numerous contributing factors. The statistics on housing instability are staggering, painting a picture of a crisis that's too big to ignore. Let's delve into the numbers that lay bare the harsh reality of this situation. In the United States alone, it's estimated that over 500,000 people are experiencing homelessness on any given night. That's equivalent to the entire population of a city like Atlanta. But this figure only scratches the surface. It doesn't account for the countless others who are on the brink of homelessness, those living in overcrowded conditions or temporary accommodation, or those spending an excessive portion of their income on housing. Let's look at that last point a bit more. Experts suggest that housing should not cost more than 30% of a person's income, yet it's estimated that almost half of all renters in the US spend more than this recommended amount on housing. In some cities, it's not uncommon for people to spend over 50% of their income just to keep a roof over their heads. Now, let's talk about rental rates. Over the past 2 decades, rental rates have skyrocketed. In fact, they've increased at a rate that's nearly twice as fast as wage growth. This means that even as people work harder and longer, their wages are not keeping up with the rising cost of living. And as we look at these figures, it's important to remember that they are not just numbers on a page. They represent individuals, families, and communities grappling with the stress and uncertainty of housing instability. They represent people who are forced to make impossible choices between paying for housing, food, healthcare, or other basic necessities. These numbers don't just represent statistics, they represent real people facing real challenges. As we move forward, we need to keep these figures in mind, because understanding the scale of the problem is the first step towards finding solutions. What happens when people can't afford stable housing? The effects ripple out, impacting more than just those struggling. Imagine the waves created when you drop a stone in a calm pond. Housing instability is that stone, and the waves are its repercussions, reaching far beyond the initial splash. Let's delve into the sectors it touches. Firstly, housing instability has a profound impact on an individual's physical and mental health. Without a stable roof over their heads, people often struggle to maintain a balanced diet, proper hygiene, and regular medical care. This can lead to chronic illnesses, such as heart disease and diabetes, and exacerbate mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Moving on to the family unit, children in unstable housing situations are often the hidden victims. The constant threat of eviction or homelessness can disrupt their education, making it difficult to focus on schoolwork or maintain consistent attendance. This instability can lead to lower grades, decreased graduation rates, and diminished chances for future success. Beyond the individual and family, housing instability also affects our communities and the overall economy. Neighborhoods with high rates of instability often face declining property values and increased crime rates. These challenges make it hard to attract new businesses or investments, leading to fewer job opportunities and slower economic growth. Additionally, the costs associated with homelessness and housing instability are significant. These expenses manifest in higher healthcare costs, increased demand for social services, and the need for additional funding for public schools to support students facing housing instability. Moreover, the societal fabric is strained when housing instability is rampant. It can lead to an increase in social unrest, as people grapple with the frustrations of their circumstances and the perceived lack of solutions. So you see, the ripple effects of housing instability are far-reaching and multifaceted. They touch every corner of our society, from the health of individuals to the vitality of our economy. Housing instability doesn't just affect those who can't afford homes, it affects all of us. When we talk about housing instability, it's easy to forget that some groups are more affected than others. Let's take a moment to shine a light on these hidden victims. Among the groups that bear the brunt of housing instability are single parents. Juggling work, childcare, and often financial strain, these individuals face an uphill battle in securing stable, affordable homes. Their struggle is a stark reminder that housing instability isn't just about bricks and mortar. It's about the lives and futures of families that hang in the balance. On the other side of the spectrum, we find the elderly. As they age, their income often decreases, but their need for stable, accessible, and secure housing only grows. The harsh reality is that many elderly individuals are forced to choose between basic necessities like medication and keeping a roof over their heads. This is not a choice anyone should have to make. Now let's turn our attention to people of color. Due to long-standing systemic inequities and discrimination, they face higher rates of housing instability. The issue isn't just about affordability, but also about access to safe, quality housing in neighborhoods with good schools and job opportunities. Low-income individuals are also disproportionately affected. Many of them spend more than half their income on housing, leaving little for other necessities. For these individuals, any financial setback can push them into homelessness. And let's not forget about the youth who age out of the foster care system with little support or resources to secure stable housing. They are thrust into adulthood with the daunting task of finding and maintaining a home, often while pursuing education or employment. These are just some of the faces of housing instability. They remind us that this issue doesn't discriminate. It affects people from all walks of life in every corner of our society. Understanding who suffers most from housing instability is a crucial step towards finding solutions. It's a call to action, a plea for empathy, and a demand for change, because everyone deserves a place to call home. So, what can be done to address housing instability? Well, the path towards solutions is multifaceted. It requires collective action from governments, community organizations, and individuals alike. Let's delve into some of these potential solutions. Firstly, policy changes at both the local and federal levels can make a significant impact. Governments can incentivize developers to build more affordable housing units by offering tax breaks and subsidies. They can also enforce rent control laws to prevent sudden spikes in rental costs, ensuring that tenants aren't priced out of their homes. Additionally, zoning laws can be revised to allow for the construction of smaller, more affordable housing units. Secondly, affordable housing initiatives play a vital role. These are programs designed to build or renovate housing units and rent or sell them at below-market rates. This can be achieved through partnerships between governments, nonprofit organizations, and private sector entities. For instance, housing trusts can purchase land and maintain affordable housing on it indefinitely. Now let's not forget about community support programs. These are essential in providing immediate relief to those facing housing instability. They offer services like emergency shelters, rental assistance, and legal aid for those facing eviction. Plus, they often provide additional resources such as job training and financial literacy programs to help individuals gain the skills necessary to secure and maintain stable housing. But remember, these solutions aren't mutually exclusive. In fact, they're most effective when implemented together. A comprehensive approach that combines policy changes, affordable housing initiatives, and community support programs can make a significant dent in the housing instability crisis. Lastly, it's crucial to recognize that every one of us has a role to play. Whether it's advocating for policy changes, supporting affordable housing initiatives, or volunteering with community support programs, there's a part for everyone to play in this collective effort. Together, we can make stable, affordable housing a reality for everyone.